How are you doing, guys? Welcome back. Uh, Today I'm planning to let me see. Oh, let's play with some net cloud. Oh, yeah, get the net cloud done. Net cloud should be in the VM, GNS3 VM. Otherwise, the connectivity will not work properly. Here's the net cloud, and let's bring in now Cisco iOS router. Yeah, let's connect here with the net cloud. And let's bring this. Okay, this is like a browser, but it is more like a Docker. Connect here. Right. And let's start configuring. Configure console. Got the console. This is actually iOS 15. I'll show you later on in my following videos from where to get this iOS for free. There are many videos online on how to get it installed in GNS3 or even G. I would like to work on even G as well. As of now, I'm just working with GNS3 for the time being. That's booting. Configure router interface, fast Ethernet. Let's see. Show IP interface brief. So gigabit, 4 gigabit interface, gigabit Ethernet, 0/0, no shutdown, IP address, DHCP, yeah, no shut, just to be safe. Description, connected to NAT cloud. Let's configure the internal interface. 0/1. Description. Can you see that we have got the IP DHCP lease from the internet to inside network IP address 10.1.1.1.255.255.255.0. No shutdown. Exit. Let's create the IP DHCP pool for test network 10.1.1.0.255.255.255.0 default router 10.1.1.1 DNS server 8.8.8.8. Let's configure the telnet LTY 0/4 login local transport, just telnet only. Input telnet transport, output. Input and output is like exit interface and the inside interface. Okay, remember to save it. Let's verify the configuration. Save everything right. Let's see, show IP interface brief. It's up. Let's configure the internal interface. Okay, about this, This is somewhat similar to a Linux. There's a Linux kernel. So you go here and check in the interface. Check whether the IP has taken the IP release. No. The reason is cat etc network interface. So work. What's the command? It doesn't matter. Let's see from here. What we have to do is configure network configuration. You have to enable DSCP from here. So it will take the automatic IP address, or else you can set up static IP. In this way, you save it. Once you save it, you turn it off, turn on. There you go. Turn on. It's turning on. Turn it off. Turn it on. Let's see whether it works. First, let's ping. If config it has got the IP address. Let's ping the internet. It's not working. Why? I'll tell you why. Let's ping the internet from here. It's working. The reason is you have to configure the NAT for the IP address, internal IP address. I go here, interface gigabit Ethernet 0/0 IP NAT outside command for the external interface. Make sure you save the configuration because you usually get stuck. Then for the internal interface, IP NAT inside, and you create the access list 10 permit host permit 10.1.1.0 0.0.0.255. Read the next statement. IP NAT inside source address 10 recall the NAT interface. Mention the outside interface. There you go. IP NAT translations. Show IP NAT translations. You can see the NAT translation happening right now for 10.1.1.4. Let us read now from the browser. From Linux kernel, we are able to ping the IP address. There you go. It works. Let's see whether we can access YouTube. It works too. A bit slow, but it works. Guys, that's how you configure a NAT translation in the router. Let's verify the configuration again. What it was we created an internal pool for DHCP, and we did configure the outside network as a DHCP. In case you have firewall, you can configure static IP, or in real world you configure static IP that was provided by the ISP. So guys, there you go. That's the interface configuration. As you can see, this is the important steps to configure the NAT. You publish the NAT, the inside network. First, you need to create the access list and allow the needed subnet. You can, publish any services. You can restrict, permit, whatever you need. This is just the basic how to do it. And you configure the fat statement using this overload. There will be a port address translation happening. This is show IP NAT translations. You can see the translation happening to outside IP addresses. That's how you do it. You can add a switch in between or a firewall in between. You can add a router in between, and you can do things. You can access. Alright guys, that's it for now. I'll be going in depth in my upcoming videos. See you there. Bye bye.